breaks through the line, cuts to the left. He's going. I think he's going. Oh!
Hello, welcome to Rant and Rave on icycolorlive.tv. It's a great week here leading into Christmas. We have the Baltimore Ravens who were able to get a win last week, despite Jacksonville being one of the, I guess we'll consider it lesser teams. I doubt if they're going to make the playoffs. But, a win is a win.
Yes, I'll take it.
We take the win all the way through. Baltimore has to win out in order for us to make the playoffs. There's a bunch of tie scenarios. But as always, I'm joined by Teresa Lady Raven Scott. And last week, it was not the prettiest win that
it wasn't.
I've seen.
It was not. It was not at all. And this was, as we said, one of those sleeper teams that they did beat our nemesis. They beat the Steelers.
They beat
so
the Steelers early in the season.
We knew not to take them lightly.
Right.
But we took too long to get that thing started to
Right.
me, So yeah, they showed us a little bit, and then we stood up and we showed them as well that we are the Ravens. Got a lot of injuries too within that game, but yeah, that was one of the ugliest starts I think I've seen in a very long time.
Right. So let me ask you about that. What do you think about the style that the Ravens are playing right now? It's almost like we have a bunch of scripted plays that we start off with, and the script that's being played out is so that we can evaluate the other team to see how they're going to play us. And then once we've seen all of their coverages or how they think they're going to play us, whether they play us bump and run, whether they play us man-to-man, then it seems like in the second half, we then try to exploit what we found out. But I think teams are smart enough to know that they're not going to show you all of their coverages at first, because they're going to figure out this is what the Ravens do, and you're going to run out of time and you're not going to beat a good team.
And that's why this script thing I don't like.
Yeah.
I want us from the time that this ball is kicked off in this first quarter, I want us to play like it's the fourth quarter.
Right.
I want us to play like the urgency is always there. We play so well under pressure. We don't win every time, but we play so well under pressure. But we can't count on that.
Right.
And one of the things, if you look at what they did to us they surprised us with an onside kick.
Yep.
Special teams, they've got trick plays.
Right.
The Ravens just play. They just play.
Right. And I would say Jacksonville played with a sense of they didn't have anything to lose.
Exactly.
They're not going to the playoffs. Their coach is trying to keep his job. He's trying to show that, listen, I can come up with some innovative things and I can take chances because, again, what do I have to lose? And so I think the Ravens ought to have that attitude as well.
The whole entire game, all 4 quarters, that's the way we're supposed to be playing.
From start to finish.
Exactly.
So, you talked a little bit about, we had some injuries. Asia Jackson, who was, he was getting burnt pretty bad. I don't get how, okay, we know the secondary is
our weakest link.
Is our weakest point, weakest link. Why do we continue to let receivers get behind us? How is that possible when the main thing is just keep the defenders in front of you and then tackle, come up and have to make the tackles? How do we constantly keep letting these receivers get behind our defense?
They're getting blown out. They're getting burnt, like you said.
Yeah.
But you made this team because you displayed some type of skill.
Right.
I don't know what the coaches are doing in practice.
Right.
But it's what you're showing game day is that you're not prepared, you're not skilled, and it looks bad. So I just think we've got to, if we plan on going into the playoffs, the postseason, you can't do that. Whatever's going on in practice, secondary may not need to have a day off because I don't know if the practices are light,
right?
Because they know it's their own team.
Right.
But you gotta play like this is your opponent.
Right.
Because we're trying to get into the postseason, and all season long, your front seven have really helped you out.
Right.
But you can't depend on that. Your job is your job,
Right.
and you're supposed to do that job. Like you say, get up there, prevent them. How do you? As much as I disliked Kerry Williams, number one hater of Kerry Williams, still am. But if you watch that game he had last week,
Yep.
3 penalties in a row.
Yep.
But he was putting that effort forth.
That's right.
He was right there.
That's
He
right.
was there. He wasn't burnt like he used to get burnt here. So he learned his lesson.
Right. Exactly.
But he was there. So get up there. You've got to give them something,
Right.
to fight for. You can't just let them have it.
Right.
Your defense. So
Right.
put up some defense. Don't let them catch it and then they gone.
There is an old coaching saying that says there is no substitute for effort. But without effort, you will get substituted for. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
and so, I mean, I think a lot of the Ravens play, they need to know that. They need to have that sense of urgency.
Yes.
These games matter. These games count. You know what I mean? And,
Yes.
and we're trying to make the playoffs. And we as fans and of the game and of the Baltimore Ravens, we definitely want to see you guys make the playoffs and have that opportunity. Because, without the playoffs, you don't get a chance at the Super Bowl. You got to get there.
And a lot of the analysts are giving us that shot because of the Ravens. They say the way the Ravens play, so they know the way the Ravens play.
Right.
But then we don't want to be that one and done.
Right.
We don't want to just make the playoffs
Right.
and then
No more victory. Yeah. No.
yeah. No, exactly. No
Right.
more victory. We want to make the playoffs because once we make the playoffs, our intention is to make it back to the Super Bowl.
Right. Exactly.
So we don't want to get there because our front seven has helped us get there, but our secondary is, bringing us, pulling us down.
Right.
So we want to make it and then have every aspect of our defense and our offense pull together, and for the, like you say, for the urgency of 4 quarters in every game, bring that victory.
Yep.
We don't want to make it to the playoffs and then one and done. That doesn't do us any good.
Let's do
That's
both.
like not making it.
Exactly. All right, well, guys, I tell you what, we get ready to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back on Rant and Rave on ICColorLive.tv in a minute. Hi, welcome back to Rant and Rave on ICColorLive.tv. Okay, we have our fantasy football segment. And I got a little smile on my face because I'm still alive. I don't know how I done made it, but I'm still here. You know what I mean? We get ready to go into that next Super Bowl week, but let me stop bloating and let Cassandra, please Purple Bagley, tell you where we at.
And we are right here with the winner of this week's game, commentating with the loser. You can't even contain yourself. We are in our playoffs, and for this first game, we're going to get to Caisson Crushers and Titan Right in a moment. Well, let's start off with B 2013 and Lady Ravens 52. It was a heartbreaker for Lady Ravens, who lost by 1 point this past week. But fortunately, here at Rant and Rave, we have decided that everyone plays the whole season. Everyone made into the playoffs. And even though she was 9-5, she lost that game. She will be playing this week coming up in what I call a loser's bracket. And it's still anybody's season to win. But you had B 2013 at 72 points to Lady Ravens 52's 71 points. A heartbreaker indeed.
A whole season comes down to 1 point.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think she was thinking she had Tori Smith. Tori, you could have made another catch for your sister,
Yeah,
bruh. You know what I mean? Just one more catch.
Just one more catch. Your big sister, she loves you to pieces.
Damn.
She rants and she raves about you on a continual basis. 1 point, bro.
But
For my girl.
One season of career don't make. We'll be back next year.
That's
and,
right.
It'll be cool.
And it was an interesting game. We have Cass scrolling through her brand new updated cell phone.
It is.
She actually came into this decade.
There we go.
So I can use that like my own personal teleprompter, which I will do. So since we do have these stats right here, there were some goose eggs on her team this week. Jennings no points. And when you have people getting zeros and ones, you get the heartbreaker. Our condolences
Oh,
to
boogie.
Lady Raven, but congratulations, B 2013.
Yes, B. Yeah, congratulations. No doubt about it, Britt. It's cool.
That's right. It is totally cool. Now let's see if Cass can get back to the other teams.
Well, why she getting back to the other teams? I just want to talk about, the first week of the playoffs, we talked about early in the season about consequences and repercussions. Well, goddamn, them players done hurt me. And they know what it is, and it's the playoffs, and in the playoffs, you play to win the game.
And with all of that said, Titan Wright, 64 points, 9-5 on the season. The repercussions and
Consequences
and repercussions didn't reflect the superior play of Titan Wright of the season. I have to give you that. A 64-point game is not expected. Oh yeah, the person he played only had 45.
That's all that matters. If you play up to your competition, you win the game.
So Lady Raven got more points than Titan Wright and still lost.
Yes.
I wasn't playing Lady Raven. My players say, listen, how many points we need to win? We ain't got to beat all the Lions running. You only got to beat that last slow motherfucker. That's the only one you got to beat. You ain't got to beat all of them. When you run them the Lions, just beat that one. You ain't that. There you go. There, nice.
You are hilarious.
Absolutely.
Here at Rant and Rave,
That's
we
right.
do enjoy ourselves.
That's right. And Pamper Me 98, I hope I do see you next week in the Super Bowl. You think everybody worry about you? Anybody worry about you? We ain't talking about you. We ain't worry about you. I see you next week. You win this week. How about that? And then I see you in the Super Bowl. At least I hope I see you in the Super Bowl. I'm going to try real hard to see you in the Super Bowl. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Super Bowl, all right? Consequences, repercussions.
We're going to move on
And right.
to L Crush and Rhinos. Let's see if it makes sense to go back to week 15. There we go. Sorry about that, people. But new is new. And technology retarded is me. So we're working on it. L Crush played Show Me Your TDs. And Show Me Your TDs again had a phenomenal showing. 114 points to L Crush's 85. Show Me Your TDs, like I said, is 9-5, and L Crush is, I think his record actually is pretty cool, 4-10, and it could be because that's my record.
Yeah.
As well.
And if you think about it, L Crush, if he would have played anybody else in the whole league this week, he would have won. He would have won. But he played Show Me Your Big TDs, and so, hey, what can I show you?
Show Me Your TDs, he's had a good season.
That's right. Ran up in him with no grease and know it hurt. You know,
I'm done.
what can I say? That's what happened. You know what I mean? That's what happened. It is what it is. Woo.
And for our last game from week 15, we had Pamper Me 98. Win over Rhinos, 106-88. It's a good game, and Pamper Me 98. Erica Higdon, we appreciate you. We're so glad you were a part of this league this
I just want to see you in the Super Bowl. That's what I want to see. Now you playing Show Me Your TDs this week. You want to talk about going up inside? Yeah. Okay. I hope I do see you next week. Yeah. You think? Yeah. You want to impress me? Go up in them TDs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Show me and let's see you in the Super Bowl next week. All right.
And so this week, we have the losers from last week matching up, the winners from last week matching up, and this week, Lady Raven 52 will be playing Caseline Crushers, and we shall see how that turns out. I love my girl, but I sure hope I can whoop her tail this week.
Nobody will be in last place. Nobody.
I'll take 7th. I don't want to be 8th.
Nobody won't be in last place. That's terrible. They still playing. They're doing last place. That's rough. That's gonna be all right though. We're gonna see. Y'all know we're gonna talk about it, right?
A lot.
Exactly.
Look, and I'll actually be real prepared. And we have B 2013 playing Titan Wright, and that record 6-8 against 9-5. I love you, B, but I got a feeling Titan Wright's going to take that one this week.
But no, B, I wish you all the luck in the world. Get your team ready. You know, we're going to play. It's going to be a hard-fought game, and, we'll see who
And
wins.
we'll see what
That's it.
happens.
We'll see. I'm trying to get the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens.
We'll have our anonymous, stay quiet teams playing each other this week, L Crush and Rhinos, and we will see how that comes out. If I were a betting woman, which I'm not really, I'm pulling for Rhino 7-7 against 4-10 is not like there's a beast against a pussycat in this one going on. So that should be an interesting game, actually.
Absolutely.
It should be an interesting game. And last but not least, Pamper Me 98 will be going up against Show Me Your TDs. Now, I personally, that's the game I'm looking for this week.
Exactly. I tell you what, Pat, I'm actually pulling for you because I don't want to face that motherfucker in the Super Bowl. Please, are you crazy? That mug team, good God.
It's rather, there have been weeks where Show Me Your TDs bench outscored me.
Exactly.
And that's just crazy.
Yeah, but that's all right. Any given Sunday, though.
Any given Sunday.
So we will see.
Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Happy holidays to you all.
All right, Cassandra, thank you so much for your
Thank you,
report.
Paul.
It gets more fun each week
Each
that
week.
we have. Looking forward to it. We'll be right back after these messages on Rant and Rave here on icycolorlive.tv.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, welcome back to Rant and Rave on icycolorlive.tv. T, before we went to break, we were talking about last week's victory, and you know we have Houston coming up this
Yes.
week, and again we need that victory. Houston, you know the schedule has really worked out for us. We played most of our in our division games early, and we got Cleveland coming. And I tell you what, it would really be a shame if we get there and then something don't work out with Johnny Fussboden and and Cleveland last week. But before we get there, let's not overlook Houston.
Right.
What do you see from them? Do you think we ought to take them very seriously? Do you think this is an easy win? Can we take a week off? What?
Any given Sunday, I don't care who it is. Although you might be ranked at the bottom, your record is so and so, but there's always that chance of this team coming in and beating you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're on the road, which is always a concern for us. They're the home team. They've got that home crowd backing them, and I don't even know who the quarterback is because
Who's quarterback?
I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. He could have beginner's luck. We don't know.
Right.
But when we think Houston, my first thought is J.J. Watt. I'm just worried about this man being all over the place, tearing my offense up.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
That's my only concern is let us come out and start playing, putting up the points. We can't wait or depend on Tucker. We don't want to keep getting down into the red zone and kicking field goals.
Right.
We want to get the 7 points each and every time we go down the field. Let him just kick his extra point.
Mm-hmm.
But J.J. Watt is my concern because he's a beast.
He absolutely is a beast. Definitely MVP candidate this year.
I think he should have it hands down.
You know what's funny? They want to give it to Aaron Rodgers, and the NFL is really enamored with giving quarterbacks the most valuable player because I think 12 out of the last 13 years it's been given to a quarterback. But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. And that's my boy.
Right. I like the conversation that's being had. Gronkowski from New England, he's being considered for the MVP. DeMarco Murray from Dallas, Aaron Rodgers, and J.J. Watt.
Yes.
I think that's a really fair group. And I think J.J. Watt, out of that group, that would be my pick, actually.
Yes.
I would take J.J. Watt.
I mean, the man is just, he's doing it all. It's not just a category of tackles. It's not a category of knockdowns. He's scoring points. Right. He's got more touchdowns than some running backs, some wide receivers, Right. He's doing it all. And that's the thing where, like, someone like him, he's doing his job and more. Right. So I think he's definitely I think he should win it. And I also think that my eyes are going to be on him the entire time that he's on the field. Right. And I hope my Ravens do the same thing. You've got to know
the way they use.
Yeah, you've got to focus this around, unfortunately, J.J. Watt.
Right.
The way that they used to look for number 52 and number 20, look for number 99. That's what my offense needs to do. The coordinators and everybody, you should have looked at some film that say this is what we've got to do, because he's going to be your opposition. Mm-hmm. I know there's other people playing, but that one can be, that number 99 can be anywhere. So we definitely can win this game. Like I said, I can't speak much about the quarterback, don't know him. Mm-hmm. So, but you still don't take that lightly. I'm hoping he has a day like Johnny Flat Ball.
Right.
You know, I
Last-
hope he has
last
a day
week,
like, yeah. You know, I'm happy about that. But that's another subject.
Right.
But hopefully, with our defense on a brand new quarterback, man, what a way to get, initiated.
Oh yeah. with
What
the
a way to get
defense.
initiated, the Ravens defense.
Let me ask you another question. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Torrey Smith? What do you think's going on with Torrey Smith? Why has his production trailed back? Because I think it's noticeable now. For weeks I just really haven't been saying anything about it, but it has to be mentioned. Someone sent me an email. Hey Rock, see, I'm talking about it. And yes, Torrey, his production is just down.
Now, that's my little brother, and if anybody who knows me on Facebook all day long, that's my little brother. But you gotta say what's evident. Love him to death. On my fantasy, I lost this week by 1 point. He got 1 point, so I won't blame him. But that's not the production we're used to.
Right.
And I'll say one of our old school our schoolmates, Lamar Tucker. All on Facebook. I had to defend my little brother all season long, where is he?
Right.
And I think he was doing pretty well. A lot of people said, and they're saying it, and it's not hard to disagree, that how do you let Smith Sr. come in and steal your shine? And I've been trying to defend that and been trying to defend it. I can't see the whole field, especially when we're watching on TV.
Right.
I don't know if everything is like he's double covered or whatever, but he's had a couple of drops, which everybody has. But even after his injury, I'm not sure.
Right.
I really can't say.
How much of the injury? Because I honestly, my opinion,
before
is,
the injury, it was low.
I think the injury has really hampered him because I've always thought that Torrey Smith's his thing that he had was his freakish athleticism. Okay, he was able to run faster than everybody else, jump higher than everybody else, and just really go up and get the ball at that highest point. That was his thing. But right now, I see guys being able to hit him when he comes off the line. They're able to jam him up, which throws off the timing of the route. When the ball is coming to him, there's always a defender right there with him, whereas you used to see separation. You would see Torrey and you would see the ball. You wouldn't even see the other defender. And that's what I've been noticing is that now the defender's in the position and he's in the picture along with Torrey, and it's a little harder to make the catch. So personally, I think it's about his injury. And I think a good off season, working out, getting back in condition, I think all of that will change. And I would not be surprised whenever the Ravens season ends if it comes out and then he's able to talk about it. Because if I'm him, I don't talk about it now either.
Because you don't want that to be your Achilles heel.
Right.
You don't want people to say, "Oh, because of this and because of that."
Built an excuse.
Yeah. Then, like you're saying, before the injury, oh my goodness,
Right.
a couple of weeks, because we all joke, Torrey was straight down, like you said,
Right.
that speed, outrun that person, catch that ball, boom. That's what he was known for. I used to say, "Oh, he don't do no slants. He'll go in." If you notice, right before the injury.
He was catching slants.
He was. I was like, "Whoa!
Catching
Did you see my
slants.
little brother? He
Yep.
went inside." Things like that. So now that we're back to after the injury, it's more ginger. It's more ginger. It's not like
Right.
you said down the field, not whatever. And a couple of catches, and they're right there to make him miss
Exactly.
those.
And I'm
that's
telling you,
not what we're
notice.
used to.
Every time you see the ball thrown to Torrey right now, the defender is in the play. Sometimes he makes the catch, but more than not, the defender's just there. And if we can go back and we look in his earlier, from years previous, you wouldn't even see the defender because Torrey done out-jumped him. He's so far away, he's a step or two, behind the receiver. And so you wouldn't see the defender. And that used to be, I used to just think that was incredible. How a guy who it's his job to stay with you, can't stay with you. And that's what Torrey used to do to people.
And he's not a ball battler.
Right. Right.
He's used to just catching.
Right.
He's used to just catching. So, which I like. He's no longer cupping.
Right.
He's catching now, but he's not used to having a battle for that ball
Right.
with a defender because it was just him.
Right.
So that's another issue too. Maybe we've got to work on that on the off season. Put people right up on them.
Yeah.
And you get that ball.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Well, anyway, it's another week. It's the week before Christmas, so guess what? We hope everybody has an incredible holiday, and hopefully we go into the holiday with another win. That the Ravens will go ahead and get that win this week, and then we'll be going into the Cleveland week, and we're going to see our boy Johnny Foose Bowden You know what I mean? And hopefully we're going in with the playoffs still in hand, still, you know, tied with everybody else in our damn division. I've never seen a year like this. But
Hopefully we'll go there and we'll be 10-5.
yeah, you know, and then, you know, we'll see what happens, but we got to win the first game. Anyway,
That's right.
we want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. And
I've been good, Santa. Real good.
give her what she want. That's what I say. Anyway, we'll catch you guys next week. Well,
Happy holidays.
after the holidays, we'll
Yes.
be back on Rant and Rave here on icycolorlive.tv.
Crazy breaks through the line. Cuts to the left. He's going. I think he's going.